Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I thought I would do a little talking about new makeup releases. I haven't done this in a while and I feel like there's things that I want to talk about. If you're wondering, I have the Glominatrix Nocturnal palette on my eyes. I did a first impressions with this and it should be coming probably after this video. Anyway, without further ado, let's just chit chat. Okay, so, what do I want to start with? Oh, you know what? Let's just talk about what's on everyone's minds as of late. The Isamaya lipsticks. Let me go on Instagram. The penis lipsticks have taken the beauty community by storm. I think it's funny. I think the fact that they're $95 makes it honestly even funnier. Am I interested in this? Not even remotely. But I have had some people message me on Instagram and say like, oh, it fits the brand. I like kind of like it. So you know what? To each their own. If you are a fan of the penis lipsticks, more power to you. Not personally my jam, but I'm not even like a prude. I don't want like a lipstick that's a penis in a penis shape. You know? Like, I don't know. There's like fun novelty things, and then like I don't want to spend $95 on a lipstick that looks like a penis, but some people might. So you know what? I'm no judgment. I know that it says on Shrine Boot, it says the brand will be supporting Planned Parenthood for the duration of the Lips collection to help provide sexual and reproductive health care and sex education to all people across the US. I don't know like if they're donating all the proceeds. I don't know if they're donating what portion, that I don't know, but that's what it says. So I mean, at least there is that. The only thing is like, I don't know how many people are actually going to buy this. I'm genuinely curious. But anyway, that is that on that. Charlotte Tilbury is releasing matte blushes and her blush wand thing, which I've always been very intrigued to try the Charlotte Tilbury like cream formula, but I haven't because it's so expensive. And also like she still hasn't expanded her like bronzer / contour line, and I'm like, it just doesn't go deep enough, so I haven't ended up buying anything from that. But anyway, that intrigues me because I don't know, it just makes a lot of sense. And it's, as much as I want to try the blushes, it's still like her cream or like liquid whatever wand blushes she has are still like very like highlightery. Like they're very, very, very metallic. Obviously, I don't know like how they look on the cheeks, but anyway, I say it's a yes for me. Danessa Myricks is coming out with liquid highlighters, which I think makes a lot of sense. I'm not a liquid highlighter person, but I really do want to try the like blush kind of version of, what are these technically? Like the Flush Glow, Vision Flush Glow or whatever. But also speaking of Danessa Myricks, which has me incredibly excited, she is coming out with the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder blushes. So maybe these are kind of like balmy, like cream powder kind of formula. And the shades look so beautiful. I am so excited to have the opportunity to purchase one, and I really do want to try these because I have loved, I think I've actually only tried one product from Danessa Myricks if I'm thinking about it, but her cream bronzer is like probably my favorite cream bronzer formula ever, and I really want to try like more from her because she gets like so much hype from her products. Tarte is coming out with these, what are these? Blush tapes, which I guess are supposed to be dupes of the Charlotte Tilbury wands. I mean, I'm honestly down to try pretty much any cream blush or blush product that is available on the market, so hey, why not? Tarte really decided I'm gonna be a dupe brand, but they don't really have like a dupe brand prices. I just don't like, how are you trying to be a dupe brand but still have like $30 products? Anyway, whatever. I guess technically it's less expensive than Charlotte Tilbury. This makes me chuckle, but in like a good way. I don't know. Fenty is releasing this, and I believe a new shade of gloss. Not entirely sure if the gloss that she's coming out with is a new shade, but this is a Icon Velvet Liquid Lipstick, which might be a new product. New lip product. I don't know. I think all basically in celebration of Rihanna's Super Bowl performance, which honestly I am here for. Rihanna said, I am going to the Super Bowl. Why not release some new products to celebrate it? You know, why not, right? I don't think I would buy it. The shade itself anyway doesn't like super intrigue me. It's kind of like a mauve shade, but I do love the Gloss Bomb, so I'm always down for new shades of the Gloss Bomb. Natasha Denona is releasing a face palette, a face and eye palette for her Love face palette. I don't know, I guess for like Valentine's Day-ish. Nothing about this really makes me want it. I don't really want eyeshadow and blush products together, but I know some people really, really enjoyed it when she released the last iteration of her blush and eyeshadow palette things, whatever. So yeah, I mean, I'm not like a Natasha Denona super fan or anything, but couldn't intrigue me less, to be quite frank. Pat McGrath is releasing also a Love collection, which does intrigue me because I just am an unashamed Pat McGrath stan. I mean, it's a 6-pan neutral palette, some blushes, I think some like liquid shadows, liquid lipsticks, I don't know. Like, I'm sure if I had it, or there's 2 6-pan palettes that are neutrals, but I mean, I just don't, like, I would never buy it. If I'm gonna spend money on Pat McGrath, it's gonna be like a new, I mean, blush, but not necessarily specifically from this collection, or a highlighter, or a Mothership palette, like something more in the veins of that. But regardless, love it, love to see it. Oh, I don't think did I speak about these? Anyway, the Oden's Eye Single Shadows that released a while ago, beginning of January, I think. I almost bought the entire multi-chrome bundle, and then I was like, maybe not. I feel like I probably will buy some of these at some point, but decision fatigue is like such a thing for me. If a giant collection of singles gets released, I'm more likely to just not buy anything than try to like narrow down the shades that I want, because I have such a hard time making decisions. And if there's a bundle option, I always want to buy them all. And when I realistically can't because of how expensive they are, I'm just like, fine, and I fucking won't buy anything. Anyway, but I really, really do want to try the red eyeshadow. I mean, everyone's fucking going nuts over that because it looks like the most beautiful red eyeshadow that's available, because I don't know what it is about making red shimmers, but it seems like it's really difficult to get like a really sparkly, shimmery, metallic red, and it looks like Oden's Eye may have done that, but yeah. Nomad released their Love and Death palette. I actually really like this color story a lot. I mean, if you put pink in a palette, I'm gonna like it because you know me and pink eyeshadow. But I like the like pink and blue and purple color story, and I like the way that you can use like either sides together. Like it genuinely does look like a pretty cohesive color story. I just like a lot of the shit with like all the stuff with Nomad in the past has kind of made me like, it put me off the brand a little bit, and then nothing that they have released really makes me want to like buy their palettes or anything. Like I enjoy seeing other people enjoying them, but I don't have like any pull to try them. Even though like I do like the color stories that they have, there's just nothing that has like really drawn me in a major way. But I know a lot of people really love their formulas. Salem Cosmetics and I don't know, Smink Baronde. Oh my god. I'll put her username on the screen, but I always want to try to pronounce stuff, but I can't imagine that that was even close to how that's actually pronounced. But anyway, they're coming out with the collab. The Forest Heart palette looks really cute, honestly. Not a color story that immediately draws me in, I'm not gonna lie, but I can understand the appeal. Salem Cosmetics, I appreciate the like theming of the brand, and I've definitely been intrigued by them, but nothing has like made me want to purchase them at all. Another palette that was released is the Shroud Cosmetics Moonfall palette, which honestly, I love the color story of this. This is like my favorite palette that I've seen Shroud release, to be honest. I like the jewel tones, but I like how color theory wise it makes sense. I think a lot, like I liked the two palettes that Betty Jean came out with, but I think they're like a little bit tricky to use. In terms of the color stories, I think you have to really like think about it. I don't have them, but just like based on the colors that are in there. But this, with the shades that are chosen, the deepest shade being in navy, I think it makes so much sense, and I'm really, really intrigued by this. I considered buying it, but I didn't. But honestly, part of me wants to just buy like this palette and then the two other palettes that Betty Jean has. I haven't looked into it enough to know whether or not the palettes are in stock or what the thing is, and I have heard mixed reviews about Shroud's formula, but I'm definitely intrigued. Speaking of palettes, Beauty Bay released their Retro Love palette. I don't know what it is about Beauty Bay's promo pictures. They do not do their own products justice. When I see this picture and I see the promo pictures that Beauty Bay released, obviously I'm gonna buy it because it's a Beauty Bay palette, but I'm not like initially excited by it. But then I just watched Makeup Missa's video on this palette, and I think it looks so much more beautiful in her video. Same thing with the New Mood palette, like didn't love it from the online pictures, but I love that palette so much after like having it and seeing it in person. Oh my god. Okay. Unearthly Cosmetics re-releasing or restocking, not sure, their Warms My Blood and the Weirdos palettes. I probably have not uploaded, because I haven't even finished it making that video, but I finally, like 2 days ago, which was like February 1st or something, finally received the replacement shades from the Warms My Blood and the Weirdos palette that I bought on their initial launch, I think in the middle of September, which I have right here. So I have used these. I did film a first impressions. Funnily enough, in waiting for the shades that were smashed and the one dried out shade that I had from the Weirdos palette, and waiting for those replacements, this shade has now dried out, which is just so irritating to me. I will talk about it more in that video, but I just have like so many thoughts about Unearthly, about them doing this restock, and I would just like, honestly, it's too long to get into in this video, but my main thing is like, how can you continue to release new products and then restock these palettes when you haven't even like fully like fixed the issue from the initial palettes. Like, I just received my shades with, mind you, no communication from the brand at all. And I don't know, like, if you want to know, I honestly did really like the way the shadows performed, but it's like a lot. I don't know. I would legitimately love to know your guys' thoughts on Unearthly and like them re-releasing or like restocking these palettes, but the cover art is not the same. It's like a plain, not background, plain cover, I guess, of the palette. And they're also cheaper than what I paid, than the price of the initial palettes, probably because they don't have to pay like the artists that did work for the cover. But anyway, I just have like a lot of thoughts and feelings about it. Let's just get all the palette talk, I guess, out of the way. This is not new, but Bella Beauty Bar is really on my radar. The Star-Crossed Lovers palette looks beautiful. I mean, put pink and red in a palette and I'm gonna want it, and I've heard like really good things about Bella Beauty Bar, so that caught my eye in a major way. The Lure palette and the Trove palette from Blend Bunny, I really want to buy it. I want to buy both the palettes at the same time, and I had to pay for a lot for my car this past month, and I'm like, do I really want to spend that much money on 2 eyeshadow palettes right now? So maybe next week after I get my next paycheck, I'll pay or I'll buy it, but I will buy it in the future. I just haven't yet. Shine by Esty and Seeking Shifts released a collection of singles recently. It's called the Earthborn collection, and they look beautiful. I did actually buy the entire collection, which I'm very excited about. I bought it on pre-order because I completely forgot to go on the site when it was launching. I just totally forgot about it, but I mean, you guys know my love for Shine by Esty, so I'm very excited, and I love Seeking Shifts. Merit is releasing 4 new shades of their Flush Bomb blushes, which I love. I only have one shade, but I love it, and I think these are absolutely gorgeous colors. Honestly, 10 out of 10. I want them all. And is anyone surprised? No. Vive also is releasing cream or like liquid blushes, the Sunset Blush Bombs. Again, I'm always intrigued to try new blush formulas. I love Jamie. I love Jamie so much. She's so inspiring to me, and I've wanted to try her brand for a really long time. It's just not super accessible to get in Canada, but who knows, one day maybe. And then Sephora, I think, is releasing new powder blushes. I wonder if this is just like kind of revamping the line of powder blushes they already have, but say it with me, always want to try new blushes. And Half Magic Beauty is releasing 5 new blushes. I really like the colors that they chose. I think they're really unique, and like, I mean, there's a peach and a pink, but I don't know. I just really like the shades that they chose, and I like that they have like different options for deeper skin tones. I like how deep a lot of these blushes go, like the brown and the purple. So I mean, honestly, Half Magic Beauty as a brand also doesn't like super appeal to me. I don't know what it is about their brand, but I honestly don't care much about it. Like, nothing that they've released has excited me at all, but that did. Charlotte Tilbury is releasing 2 new singles for Valentine's Day, I guess. I'm pretty sure, I don't even know how expensive these are, but I don't think I would buy these. I don't think I would buy any of these single shadows for the price, and I'm also just not a person who uses single pot shadows that often, so I don't think I could justify for myself spending that much money on one eyeshadow that's not like a super shifty, multi-chrome, sparkly kind of shade. So, but I know some people are really into them. And I'm gonna leave it there because those are all the screenshots that I took. A lot of good stuff, actually. Like, I'm really excited about most of the things that I talked about. not necessarily all in like a I want to buy it way, but I just think like everything looks good, which honestly is not always the case. But it's the season of blush for me, and this, I mean, it's always the season of eyeshadow palettes, but I'm loving all the blush products that are coming out. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know your thoughts on any of the things that I talked about today, because I love discussing new product releases with you guys, and I would love to see you in my next video. Bye! I'm out to go pick up my prescription refill in -30 degree weather, so wish me luck.